Again, that is a show we do need a marathon at some point or another.
Good one.
It would be fun, yeah.
Like, it's the most story-based and all that. Like, that's the most... Like, that show is, like, the most story-based Scooby-Doo show. Like, where each week it actually feels like it leads into another story.
Which is, I mean, admirable. It kind of takes itself back to a similar, for lack of a better word, darker path that Zombie Island tried to do at first.
Oh yeah, it also, yeah, like, characters actually fucking die in that show.
Yeah, and it's kind of brutal when you really think of context.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we came back here, because the suction cup power-up.
Oh, you got the plunger. So what's this do?
Basically, you know how there were instances where we would just, like, slide down slopes and we couldn't be able to get back up there? This makes it so that we don't have to worry about those slippery, slidey slopes.
Suck.
Ah,
Suck.
perfect.
Suck. I'm sorry.
Actually,
Oh, that kind of rock.
Jesus Christ.
okay,
So is there anything else we need to do here before we go back to that snack gate that stopped us in our tracks, or?
Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think of, like, if there are any areas that I could use the suction cups with.
Well, here's hoping that your childhood nostalgia comes to the rescue.
Here is hoping, indeed. See, maybe there's some areas in the actual manor itself that I could use it in.
This is a real thoughtful, planning out for a literal Scooby-Doo game.
You would be surprised. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is that, like, cause rescuing Shaggy there did open up a way that I should probably go through as well.
That's also true. Just don't get yourself axed in the process.
Are there lives in this game?
Nope.
No, you're completely unlimited.
Alrighty.
Also,
And health pickups are...
So did we just backtrack, or is this literally the way to the next area?
Well, I
Okay,
do
we just
know
backtracked.
we do need to go that way just for the sake of getting that thing up here. Okay, that up there, I believe, is the way to get to the... Let me see. Yeah, this way to the secret lab. That is where the mastermind's being held. However, it looks like we can't go there just yet.
Oh, and the zombie gotcha.
That's Death Spawn.
Bye, Death Spawn.
So I'm trying to think, like, while I go back and get over to the, what should I say, to the place that I need to go, are there any other particular, like, Scooby memories you guys want to talk about?
Zombie Island is one of the best, is the best Scooby-Doo movie ever.
Oh yeah, like, hands down.
Let's see.
I hate that they tried to make a sequel. That shit.
Yeah, I never understood. I thought that was kind of stupid too. Like that whole thing wrapped itself up perfectly.
Welcome back.
Continue.
Yeah, he finally got 3 of the Amazons.
How was the complimentary food?
It was okay. I mean, I didn't get to eat it. I was mainly making dinner for my folks and the dog.
Ah.
And the Jeff
That's
Bezos.
because I'm not hungry anyway. So yeah, finish your thought.
But yeah, no, I do agree. Like, I thought it was weird too when they announced that they were doing a sequel to a Zombie Island, and I was thinking to myself, that whole thing was completely wrapped up. Why do that again?
Yeah, and the sequel is like, the sequel, 550.
Oh.
Yeah, I just need that recap there is all.
The sequel's whole thing is just the fact of, oh, what if the
cats.
Like, yeah, what the cat, like, basically all of the really cool, interesting, actual supernatural elements in that movie, they basically just went like, oh, we're going to recreate it with special effects because I'm a movie director. And and also we're going to say that the entire event was just a few months ago.
Really?
I mean, that's real freaking tactful for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was shit. I'm sorry. God.
You're fine, you're allowed to think it's
Let's
bad.
admit it. Those first 4 movies were the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, I just argue that the first one in general was the absolute best.
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, you have Witch's Ghost, which in itself had a pretty good mystery behind it, even if I'd argue, looking back on it, some aspects seem a little cornier by comparison.
I agree.
Let's be fair, the second they revealed Tim Curry's character, you just went, he's the bad guy. He did it.
That's fair.
Yeah. So there's that.
And then there was Alien Invaders, which, I mean...
I thought Alien Invaders was good. I actually thought...
It's not bad, but it's that you can definitely tell there was sort of a sharp downward quality to it compared to the first two.
Right.
In my opinion, like, Shaggy's relationship with Crystal is, like, the only thing that really stuck out to me about it. Otherwise, I personally find Alien Invaders to be probably the most forgettable of the four.
I mean, okay, that is fair. I'll give you that.
And then there was Cyber Chase.
And then there's Cyber Chase, which... It's corny, it's stupid, it's overblown, but it's fun. It's
one of those where if you accept the fact that it's a very stupid fucking movie, it honestly is a fun, stupid movie.
Again, those first four, basically it showed the decline into what the Scooby-Doo movies would eventually turn into. But the best part is that, like, it was like the first movie, best story and best design, best idea, all that stuff. And also, it was fun. All four of those movies are fun, but I will admit, Cyber Chase is, like, incredibly fun. It's stupid fun.
I agree.
The Alien Chasers also had fun elements. Like, it felt like each movie got a little more fun, but story-wise, they got a little worse each time.
Movie number 1 still had the best chase music, though. I'm just throwing that out there.
Of course. Of course. I mean, come on.
Denying,
Terror Time.
Yeah.
Cause it's terror time.
Again, in fact, it was terror time.
And that also...
They got you running through the night.
That first song they sing as well, I also really like. The ghost is here and it's always a crook. The ghost is... like that.
Yeah. And it's
I mean, when you really think about it, like, that whole movie had a... Like, I think I brought this up before, but I think that movie did right what the live-action movie did wrong.
Exactly.
What would that be?
Like bring them all back. Like the premise that in the Scooby-Doo, the Zombie Island one, like everyone, the fact that the premise was that they were all getting back together after a while of like not actually solving crimes after so long.
And I hate, like, yeah, in the live action movie they had like a schism where
like, no one liked each other.
I don't want to work with you anymore. Whereas in that one they grew up. They
had different pursuits.
They grew up. They had to go their separate ways. Daphne got to have her own fucking show,
produced by Fred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that their own interests like went off to different directions. That was all.
Which, I mean, coincidentally, the whole thing with Daphne and Fred's whole thing actually did lead to them getting back together to do more mysteries. Although more so for the intent of trying to find real, like, supernatural circumstances, as opposed to just the usual dumb schmuck in a mask.
The thing I like, though, is the fact that Fred was the one who instigated it after Daphne mentioned she wanted to see her friends again, and she misses the whole, all that. Like, I love that Fred is, if you think about it, Fred is the most into all of the shit that they do. And honestly, he's my favorite character because of that, because it's intriguing that he is created as a jock character, and all these characters he hangs out with, like they wouldn't be in his friends group, but he cares about them. They are friends. They are his found family and all that. And he also just really likes the whole mystery aspect.
And he loves traps.
That too.
That always go wrong.
I don't know about you, Matt. I for one don't see how I could support someone who thinks Coolville sucks.
I think Coolsville sucks. Don't record that.
It's the way he says, like, I think Coolville sucks.
What is that?
Like he just the second live action Scooby-Doo movie where the news reporter who also kind of gave off the fact that she was a villain because she was only reporting back things that
and also the fact that it was Elisa Silverstone.
That too. Also turned out to be a trap in more ways than one.
And also turned out to be Tim Blake Nelson.
Again,
with the best line in the movie. You were a guy the whole time? Of course, Doomkampf.
But we cuddled.
But we cuddled.
Yeah, we don't think about that anymore. But yeah, no, the fact that just the way that's just the stank he puts on that sucks.
Yeah.
But, which again, I will still say I like the second live action movie more than
Because
the
the second one actually feels
It
like
has
a
fun.
Scooby-Doo movie. That's the thing.
Yeah, it has more fun with itself,
Yeah,
I think.
It's fun.
Yeah, it actually felt like a Scooby-Doo movie, whereas the first one just felt like a poor man's Zombie Island.
And seeing the live action well, quote unquote live action, mostly CGI iterations of the classic monsters was really fun for me.
Yeah,
And
it was
all
like
that.
they definitely played up the nostalgia.
Yeah, like
Let's say I
The
know
best
I have
part
over
is,
500, but
and
how
the
many
best
am I
part is-
lacking? Oh, I need like 25
26.
more.
26.
26.
Give or take.
Give or take 50 feet.
Give or take 50 feet.
We'll get to that game 1 year. 1 year.
Eventually. Anyway, we'll be right back as soon as we have all those other Scooby snacks.
Okay.
Yee.
One debt to society later.
My god, we have literally the exact amount.
Now we have nothing!
Oh.
No, I'm going to starve.
View.
4 keys again.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, the keys aren't that hard to get. And a
And
monster
there's a
token.
ghost monster token.
You know, I'll be right back while you do this.
Alrighty.
Also, I just remember I think I remember now the name of the movie I was thinking of the last session. It was a Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Ah, alrighty.
That's the movie that had that green specter-like being that haunted poor Duck to tears.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not hard. See, there's the first one.
Now be sure to grab every single Scooby snack you find in here, because we
Yes.
don't want another repeat of what we just did tonight.
Yeah, I'll try to be more mindful of that.
Yes, boss!
Silly me to think that a children's game would be very lenient when it comes to, like, item collection.
I mean, I don't blame you for assuming that, like, because with how many they litter all around, like, you'd think it'd be easy enough to grab whatever you can find and just work off of that, but no, apparently, like, you do need to more or less grab just about all you can find, especially the boxes. There are sacred treasures. Again, tastes like butterscotch.
They're the treasures of America, Grandview.
I mean, there was one movie where Scooby-Doo himself was treated as such.
Let's see. I'm guessing the last handful of them are on that giant walkway, which I'll get in a second.
Yep. I'm probably one of the only people in this call that actually... Well, actually, I don't even remember if we did a whole movie marathon for it, but the Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood movie.
I think... I don't know if it was a marathon, but I do remember, like, us watching at least clips of that movie. Like, I remember the one that I watched that definitely got Logan in a stitch was us showing the, like,
yeah.
Beat Gone to the Wind parody.
Yeah, where Scooby's just singing along and then he falls down the fucking cliff. Yeah, that movie's such a piece of shit, but at the same time, I can't knock it for stuff like that. And the little dance number with him and that one starlet
Yeah.
was pretty neat, too.
I'm gonna attempt something, because first off, I should get those snacks, and second off, I want to see if a bit of platforming prowess will not betray me tonight. Wait, what? Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, I noticed that, too. For a moment, you were literally just standing on the peg holding up this whole rope together.
Yeah. So basically, it's that monster token. What the game expects you to do is to wait until you have the bubble power-up, which is basically like trap enemies in bubbles, to pretty much freeze that guy in the air so you can be able to, like, bounce off him to get it. What I'm gonna do is wait and see if I can wait until he's a little bit higher in his flight path.
I think he's gonna stand still until he stops noticing you. I could have sworn he was still here. Oh well. Alright, I think that should be good. Alright, have at it.
There we go.
Nice. Well, that's one less monster token to worry about. And I think it goes without saying, we'll just worry about those probably for a post-com related thing if we still wanted to show them all off.
That's fair, because there are some that I do that I wouldn't mind showing off. Oh. And yeah,
There's a
and-
suction caps in
yeah,
action.
there's
actually do
areas
need
like
them.
this. Like, you would usually slide off if you try to get up there.
Alright, so let's see what's through the gate.
Through the gate is more cave shenanigans.
More Scooby snacks!
Yes.
Again, we must build our stockpile up for the winter.
And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this upper area first, because I technically need to knock these down to make platforms.
Oh, okay, that's pretty neat. All it takes is a little bit of brain power, or in this case, just Scooby with a freaking football helmet on.
Well, regardless, he is indeed using his head.
Do you ever find it kind of weird that all the inventions we've been finding so far have literally just been natural household appliances, or just apparel in general? Like earlier, Don Knotts just up and gave you the bunny slippers and the lampshade to work as a stealth mechanic. Then you just find a random suit of knight's armor to more or less replace it.
Yeah.
And then not only that, you have the bed coils to literally help you serve your double jump, and the plungers to serve as a suction cup.
Yeah. I mean, they do explain, like, in a later cutscene that, like, for as much of a genius as Graham is, he also is a little bit on the nutty side, because you also get to see, like, some of the inventions that he made, but you technically can't use.
Aw.
Ooh.
Speaking
this is gonna
of
be
which,
handy.
are you not satisfied with the powers of Thor? Straighten your buttocks.
I'm back.
There you are.
I heard the word
did
buttocks and came as quickly as I could.
Welcome back, Logan.
Sorry.
So we finally managed to fulfill our Scooby Stack quota, and Hype is doing his damnedest to make sure we don't run into that problem again.
Let's be careful, because
Every last snack.
because the prices have been getting very steep, and I don't know if we are even safe to continue going on as we are now without having to do more backtracking. But I'm gonna trust that, like, if you were to estimate, Hype, would you say that they want you to have at least like 60% or like almost every Scooby snack you find in order to beat the game?
Well, I will say, it's not going to require you to get every single snack in the game. They're never that stingy.
Okay.
Right, the only reason you'd want to do that is for the sake of getting all the artwork. I can only spare one today.
Well, I also do have to technically hurry because this water is rising.
So it wasn't just to solve a puzzle.
I will have to wear many today.
Well, you can still be able to go back and backtrack.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
now they're gonna get all soggy.
We don't want soggy cookies. Oh, geez, run. Die.
Out of my way! Out of my way!
Scooby-Doo,
Rick my rat?
Scooby-Doo, what
Also,
have you been
yes,
up to
ladies and
tonight?
gentlemen, I'm well aware that my impression is outright terrible, but I just...
You're
We
fine.
were just having fun, but I was like, Scooby-Doo, what did you get up to today? Murder! I can't do it. That's a silly, like...
Murder! Ranrotter!
Red rum. Scooby, that's actually really good. That's a really good reference you just made there. Oh,
Whoop,
welcome back.
back.
Oh, no. Please.
What?
Please.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, so to give Matt a bit of context, so we were able to get past our snack gate, but basically now we're at a section where you see this button right here.
Yeah.
It's going to cause the water to rise, and I basically have to race up to the top.
Oh no.
Oh, man, you came just in time for probably one of my favorite words to say is Scooby. Murder! Ranrotter!
For me.
Don't think too hard on that.
Yeah, no.
But... I mean, you know what? It would make sense for... It would actually make sense if this was the freaking Supernatural crossover.
Oh god.
Or Scooby Apocalypse.
I fucking forgot that the Supernatural crossover happened.
Me too, but then I remember the scene where
They have an existential crisis.
Mr. Gate. Yes. Like we told you every freaking time, but did you believe Scoob and I? No! No! We're doomed. We're utterly doomed.
Okay, I want to say, I find it interesting that Frank Welker is still voicing
Fred?
Still voicing Fred to this day, especially after that whole Adult Swim thing where he swore up a fucking storm.
Well, that I
I
just
mean-
chalk up to parody.
That's
Yeah.
fair, but
That-
it was him.
I mean, honest.
It was still him. When you do a parody, you usually get other actors. That was just Frank.
Well, that's
I
not
mean-
the first time I've heard something like that, because I remember, like, Adult Swim also did, like, for a Robot Chicken, a Pinky and the Brain parody, and
Oh,
they actually did
jeez.
get Maurice LaMarche to voice Brain for
That's
it.
fair.
Alright, so what powers did we get now?
This is basically an improvement to the butt
Supersonic
smash attack.
Smash.
And
So
what's
now we
handy
got-
about this one is that, like,
see.
let's say you miss butt smashing this guy. If you happen to do it right next to him,
Oh, he gets
He's stunned.
stunned by the sheer mass of the battalion. Anyway, let's just
yeah,
go into the next
they don't
area.
get stunned for too long, but it does help.
All right.
A tight spot for a grave plot.
Oh, the graveyard week. Oh.
Oh yeah, okay, this basically is, like, the graveyards are basically, the last area of this, like, fourth of the game. We are going to be finding Daphne tonight.
Alright, then let's go find Daphne!
Oh, I mean, you say that tonight. Are we talking, like, within the next 2 hours, or, like, within the next 10 minutes?
Depends on how quickly I can be able to play these levels.
Okay. Oh, that's
I do want to at
cheeky.
least get one more boss in tonight.
I would like us to, and I'm and part of me also would like
Is
to
that
assume
an
that
entire
there's...
fucking line of ghosts I saw up there? Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yeah, and I would also... Ooh, nice.
It's the ghostly groove!
And there is, and I would also like to assume that there's some sort of slippery slope mentality where, like, the forests will go by a little faster and faster as we get more power-ups and, you know, need less Scooby snacks to continue.
Well, again, like, I am going to try to be better about, like, actually, like, attaining as many of them as I can.
Right, because we don't want to repeat of what just happened.
I will also throw this out there that, surprisingly, the game's been doing a pretty good job of, like, having the environments look nice and interesting, even with such a desaturated color palette to work with, like, assumedly because as far as cartoon shows go, yeah, the backgrounds and the environments of the original Scooby-Doo show were pretty dark and a little desaturated as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a gimmick when it comes to this area. You see these 4 buttons here?
Yes.
If you try to... They are pretty much, like, weight activated. You pretty much need something to hold them down. So you're going to have to knock off these vases that you're going to see around here in order to unlock the door.
Okay, so we just charge into
Scooby's
it.
Rudius Maximus will not be enough.
So bam! Dude! Kaboom! And it didn't break.
Also,
Yeah, you gotta do that for a few more switches.
CBR has put out a article that just the thumbnail, you can tell they don't understand it.
What's
it is
what's the title of the article?
The 10 most disliked Nickelodeon characters, and one of the people they put is Patchy the Pirate.
What?
Really?
Yeah!
Who hates Patchy?
On the thumbnail.
Who's Patchy?
It's like, there's no way you can dislike Patchy. That's what people are mentioning. Like, Patchy is the best.
Yes.
Okay.
I think maybe you need the bubblegum, or I think there's like some power up you're missing.
No, basically, there is an opening on the side. I just suck at platforming.
Oh.
At least for tonight.
At least with Parsec on tonight. Careful.
Who else did they add onto that list? Now, at this point, I'm kind of curious. Like, who else would they say is bad, even though they're really not?
Well, as far as Cartoon Network goes, I could see people making an argument that Blue is pretty annoying.
Blue was always kind of a prick.
It
Well,
was
kind of,
like
no,
it
he
was odd, like
was a prick.
in the pilot he wasn't that much of a prick, but they really started making him more like just chaotic in the actual show proper.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
gremlin, but at least he was funny. At least I thought he was funny.
Yeah, no, he wasn't like. What's gonna happen here?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Don't forget that other pot.
Dude,
Oh, that's how
Dude.
you do it. You have to use
Finally.
momentum.
Ouch!
Versus 3.
That's actually. I don't think I would have figured that out as a kid. Just throwing it out there.
Could you repeat that, Matt?
Of course it had to be 3 swings.
Yeah, it's the rule of threes. I'm sure there's
It's
something.
always the rule of 3s.
The way I see it is, if it was done on the first time, you'd be like, oh, okay, that was weird. And if it was on the second time, it would feel
Okay,
like
yeah, that was the right
It
area.
would feel like you tend to have that. I feel like 3 is kind of a magic number of like. By the second time, you realize the pattern, and then by the third one, you're like, I'm doing this intentionally. I figured it out, and then you beat it. You're like, yay!
Is that a Mosaic portrait, or...
oh, you mean up there? I think it's
I
supposed to
love
be
the
stained
fact-
glass, but they're not good
I
at it.
love the fact that you pronounced mosaic as mosiac.
It's like a Kodiak film.
Oh, it's a Kodiak moment.
It's a mosiac moment. Sorry.
I mean, kind of like how I sometimes mispronounce swanky as swanky.
Yeah,
do?
I have fun. I have fun with this show.
Well, I think
What? It happened.
there
like,
were a
once or
few times
twice.
where he
Cut me
did
a
it on
little- cut
purpose.
me a little slack.
I love you guys.
There we go.
So, I just
I
realized.
mean, to be fair, I was also one of those poor schmucks that thought that it was Fee instead of Phi.
I always thought it was Fum. No. Anyway, I like. Was just looking at that like mosaic thing up there. It just now reminded me of like something I haven't seen done in a while. Is that I don't know what you would call it, but that trend of taking 100 different photos and using them to make like one big photo, like with the pixels.
Oh yeah, kind of like Sega's whole like movie opener thing now.
Yeah, that's not a mosaic. It's like a collage or something.
That's
isn't
fair.
It? Or, but it's not a collage because the collage usually just is like a big slabber dash of images. Like I don't know what to call it.
Anyway, what is your point?
I have a point.
I haven't seen them that often. There,
I mean, honestly, the point I was going to make when we saw the mosaic at first was like, I'm suddenly thinking back to the Mansions of the Gods movie, where that was literally the thing that literally saved, one of the things that saved the day.
Because the tile was loose.
Exactly.
Which I gotta go back to that. That was a good movie.
It was great.
I'm still hard pressed to say if I like that or Secret of the Potion more.
I think Secret of the Potion has better production values, though I would definitely say Mansion of the God has a slightly better balance between the series and the fun.
Like, here's my thing though. Like, Mansion of the Gods felt like an Asterix story. The one thing I'll give the Magic Potion this is the fact that the main character of that was actually Getafix. Like, I found that interesting, the fact that it wasn't Asterix or Obelix as the main characters. The main character was actually one of their friends throughout the series.
Yeah,
that sometimes happens,
fair.
like with Just for Kicks and stuff in the Vikings. There are some movies where I feel like I feel Asterix and Obelix are more in the background.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing, though.
Let me check something.
Are you gonna go back that way, Hyde?
Asterix and Obelix still felt like the main characters in the Vikings movie, even though technically it was I forgot his name and you just said it. It was
Just for Kicks.
Just for Kicks movie. Yes, technically it's Just for Kicks movie, but it's still focused on Obelix and Asterix throughout the majority.
Like they were pretty much in charge of making sure he actually got his training in, even though he won nothing of it.
Yeah. Also, okay, I am going to give this as well. The villains in nice. The villains in the
Hey, that's our token.
Give
it back, man.
Oh, yeah. The villains in Mansion of the Gods are, like, funny, they're well done, but my god, I fucking love the villain in Magic Potion.
Oh yeah, no, the villain was great.
Yeah.
What was his name? Demonix?
Yeah, Demonix, but his name is technically supposed to be Sulfurix.
Oh.
Because he, the
fire, right.
Yeah, the fire and all that. And again, I just thought that villain and his dynamic with Getafix and all
Okay, I was supposed to go that
really
way.
Interesting.
Yeah, basically the way up there was just like a way to skip past this area, so I could have gone through here anyway.
There's also some Scooby snacks on the other side that you need to grab anyway.
Oh, I know.
Again, do not get sloppy this time.
Dude.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I don't know, how about this? They're both even in different ways.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. They both have their strengths.
And I do hope we get to see more Asterix in the future. I'm glad to see that they're still promoting it all, English dub and all.
How's that new game?
We haven't tried it yet, actually.
We should try it though.
It is
later,
it is a 2D
beat 'em up,
right?
Okay.
Yes, 2D animated.
Oh, come on!
Oh, no.
I think with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're probably going to have to cut this session short, because we've already been at this for an hour and a half right now.
That's a steep
Jesus
price, I'm sorry.
Christ.
Yes, it is.
And also an hour and a half.
Fine.
Nice try. It's more like 2 hours.
No, is it? Well, in terms of like when we started and when we actually got it done, but
right.
We're sorry.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we next time we go into Night of the 100 Frights, we'll try to get as much as we absolutely need to actually beat the game.
And if you guys have that Game Shark somewhere?
I'm a bad dog.